Hello, all. Welcome back to Droplets Podcast. In last week's podcast, we looked at a few mistakes that a prospective tax saver does. We will stick to the topic of tax saving, and in today's blog, we'll talk about the first thing that a prospective tax saver should do to save taxes. Like we said in the last podcast, people are lot of people are obsessed with section 80C. So people have their obsessions and we have our obsessions, and our obsession is that health is wealth. uh, Honestly, in today's world it is impossible to be healthy, because if diabetes does not catch you, some heart disease will catch you, and if heart disease does not catch you, some kind of a cancer will catch you. The list goes on, and it is very difficult for us to find somebody who's 40 plus and does not have any health issues, right? This proverb, health is wealth, might be pretty old, and with times the contact has changed too, right? Originally, health is wealth means that if you have good health, you can enjoy your wealth. From that, in today's world, the contact has changed, the context has changed, and it is that if you have wealth, you can get back your health, but not in the form that God gave you, but but still in a better form. It is by getting all your diseases properly diagnosed and treated with, right? So that's the context of health is wealth. Now we are going to give you a simple trick to buy your health, at the same time save some taxes as well. The trick is to buy a health insurance for you and your family members. Now mind that a health insurance policy is eligible for tax exemption under section 80D, right? So the reason why we say that we should first opt for a tax saving under 80D before making investment in 80C, let's look at some data, right? So a prospective tax saver to save taxes under 80C, let's assume that he is investing 50,000 rupees in Sukhanya Samriddhi or some life insurance policy or some investment which is eligible for tax saving under 80C, and in 10 years he might have paid 5 lakh rupees. Is 50,000 into 10 years, 5 lakh rupees, and the end of 10 years he might have anywhere around 8 to 10 lakhs, right, depending upon the tax rate, depending upon the interest rate his investment gives you. As against this 80C option, we have 80D option, where the prospective tax saver buys a health insurance policy. So let's assume that the tax saver is 30 years old and has two kids, right? So for a family of two adults and two kids, for some covered up to 50 lakh rupees, the premium will work out around 28,000 rupees. Now fast forward to 10 years. At the end of 10th year, if the prospective tax saver has chosen the option to save tax under section 80D by buying a health insurance policy, he might have spent around 2.8 lakh rupees, which is 28,000 into 10 years. But at the end of 10th year, he will not have any cash in hand, as against 80C, where we have 10 lakhs in hand. But what he has is a cover of up to 50 lakh rupees for his family. Now in an emergency situation, if you are given an option to cover your family for 50 lakh rupees, or an option to get a cash of 10 lakh rupees, I am sure a lot of people will choose the option of covering their family for 50 lakh rupees, right? This is such an obvious decision to make. But beyond that, a lot of people do not buy a health insurance policy. This is primarily driven by two reasons. One is that a lot of people think that their employee insurance is enough. Now this is a very big mistake that people do, primarily because there are two reasons. One, that the amount of cover that the employee is going to provide is going to be very less, right? And second thing, when you switch jobs from one company to another, during this gap period your family will not be without any health cover, and if any unforeseen event happens between in that period, your savings is taken away from you. And mind you that the way the hospitalization expenses are going up, 5 lakhs is not going to be enough at all. So the most important thing is to have adequate cover all the times, right? So 5 lakhs is not going to be enough, and again when you switch jobs there is a gap, where the family is not covered at all. So we should avoid both the situation, and that is why we should not think that because my employee gives me insurance, I don't need to buy an insurance. This is a wrong thought, and we need to change it. Right? And the second reason that people give is I am and healthy. This is a thought fallacy, because the truth is you are healthy only until you're diagnosed, and once you're diagnosed, no insurance company is going to give you any insurance. Then comes the most important thing, waiting period, right? So let's assume that something happens to the health of one of our family members, they get diagnosed, you go to the hospital, after spending so much money, wisdom arrives and you decide to buy a health insurance policy by paying a very higher premium, right? Now what happens is, once when you buy a health insurance policy for the first time, there is a waiting period of 3 years for any existing diseases, which means for the first 3 years the insurance company is not going to pay you to treat your existing disease. Now this 3 years is a long enough time for all of your savings to get drained out, because the hospitalization expenses are so high, right? So that is another wrong notion that people have, that because they are healthy they don't need an health cover. So if you buy a health cover when you are healthy, the premium is going to be less. You will not have to go through the pain of the waiting period when you need the health cover at most, right? So finally, what we want to say to a prospective tax saver is, if you have 10,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, whatever it is, go and use that section under 80D before you make any investment in 80C. Because if you make an investment in 80D, right, buy a health insurance policy, you get a very big health cover, which will be very useful at the time of any health emergency, right? So that's it for today's podcast. Bye bye, see you soon. Thank you.